Welcome, Leo. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I am welcoming you to another reading, to all of you that are returning and to those of you that are new. So thank you for being here. I'm going to start with the Crystal Spirit Oracle with stone malachite, beautiful malachite. This is all about harmony and joy, the peace that you gain by knowing that you are deeply interconnected with all the energy of the world. This is about balancing your heart and your mind, finding that inner peace, finding that stillness, that reconnection to the earth, that sense of finding respite from all of the distractions in your life that keep you from feeling settled, that keep you from being in the present moment, that pull you into the past or the future in a way that feels insufficient, perhaps unnecessary. So this is really about the oneness that exists. It is within you. You know more than you think you know. You perhaps are waiting for some kind of inspiration or a sign to indicate the best way to move forward. So there is a lot of potential here, and simply the peace that you can experience in stillness. And from the wild unknown archetype, the empty room. Interesting. So this, I'm sensing this as almost like a blank slate, in the most positive sense. In other words, the blank slate being potential. An empty page is full of potential about what that page can contain. It can contain anything. But there's also a sense that there is a kind of evacuation of something that you wanted, or an absence of something that you feel is necessary for you to feel whole, for you to feel as though you are in motion. There may be a shifting in your experience of yourself, your power, your gifts, so that you are less familiar with what is being revealed to you in a way that contributes to this sense of nothingness. There's nothing tangible there that I can hang on to. This is actually a beautiful place. It can beg a kind of impatience and anxiety about getting going with something. And I think it's interesting in contrast with malachite, which is saying you don't need to be anywhere to be somewhere, to be in the center of the universe, to be in the center of your heart, to feel the joy, the oneness, the connection of the universe within you, to be able to balance the curiosity, uh, uh, the question that is motivating you, perhaps in this moment, but that you can actually allow yourself to sit in stillness as a way of connecting with what that power is, what that balance power looks like in your life. For some of you, as I uh, uh, see the blank slate, I think a day of silence or an extended period of silence would be immensely helpful for many of you. A way of beating back the constant distractions in this culture of more that we live in. Uh, Also, an opportunity perhaps for you to write out your thoughts, your feelings, to journal, to write a story, to meditate on paper may be useful to you. In your present, the Warrior of Cups. This is the Knight of Cups, and I love this because I do feel like the head and the heart are balancing each other out, seeking to find balance for you. So you are formulating what it is you desire, deeply desire, rather than looking at the distraction of things or activities or relationships that can fill up your space. You're really taking a moment to understand more deeply what you desire now. And this focus on the present is indicating to me that something is shifted or has shifted in your environment. Something you once wanted is changing, or for some of you, you've achieved something you thought you wanted and it wasn't as fulfilling as you thought it would be. Or its fulfillment is fading as things evolve and develop on their own. Your presence may not be as necessary to something that you created in the past. So you're really looking or feeling, you're not looking, you're feeling your way into purpose, into desire, into the thing that lights up who you are, your authentic self, your being, your joy, your happiness. In the past, the Death card. And this is clearly a major shift and change in who you are, who you are connected to, some aspect of your own development or experience in life has changed, has transformed dramatically. You have let something go, or something is letting you go. Sometimes this refers to an actual passing in our lives of someone that was significant to us. It can also be our pulling back our alliance to something we deeply had invested in or believed in. And sometimes those two things can go together. But this feels more like, certainly, no matter what it is, you are completely allowing yourself to be reborn from an old experience of yourself. So that old vision of what was for you turned out to be a path of change, a path of growth, a path of transformation. And you are meeting that opportunity by stepping into a new opportunity that is leading you to undertake this new goal, new sense of happiness, new sense of wholeness, a renewal that you may be experiencing emotionally and through a gift that you have. Perhaps this gift or talent is being reborn in you, is making an appearance in your life in a way that is motivating you to explore it, to grow it, to develop it. And in the future, we have the Three of Staffs. This is lovely. This is about you taking action. This is you creating a plan, gathering resources, materials, relationships that are going to help you to build something in a place, in a location, in a community where you can learn and grow. This is not about kind of actively giving something to someone else, actively implementing your service or your product in a new environment. This is about putting yourself doing those things in an environment that teaches you something, something you desperately want to see, want to know, want to experience as you have evolved from this old story of who you are and what your life has been. The old desires, the old beliefs in what was for you, the limitations of those have been dissolved. And you recognize that you now have trust in yourself, trust in the universe, so that you are able to open yourself up to possibilities, new horizons as they emerge. You don't need to know what they are to know that you're destined to move in a new direction. I'm going to finish this reading with 3 cards to clarify, the Two of Air, the Page of Fire, and the Ace of Water. Wow. Okay. So you have a little bit of everything here. You're definitely, I do feel for many of you, you're looking for inspiration in natural gifts that you possess in the natural world, in peace and silence. That is where you are informed. That is where your enlightenment comes from at this present time. And you've been practicing that for a while because you've been navigating this personal transformation that you're experiencing for some time. But you are meeting that with enthusiasm about what you're learning about, excitement about how you're being inspired, what you're seeing, the light that is coming through for you. And you are definitely in a position of, uh, uh, it feels like you're choosing a more spiritual path or a more spiritual direction, but one that you have felt all along. It doesn't feel like a choice. It feels like this is something you have to do, but you are concerned about the impact it's going to have on others. You just are. Particularly, I think, for those of you that are parents, you're concerned about how this is going to affect your family members, how this is going to show up for those that you believe depend on you. This is something that you know is a benefit to you. And if it's a benefit to you, it's a benefit to others. It may involve having to know more, having to learn more. And it's about learning more about yourself, learning more about a gift you have. So this may be modeling some kind of growth strategy for others. That is the kind of impact it can quite possibly have on others. Showing others a way to continue to develop and grow, that never stops in life. And this is an important lesson that others need to see. They see through your life because we live in a culture that does not promote the ongoing growth of a life, the ongoing development. It speaks of accumulation as an end goal that has a natural stopping place, right? When you've achieved all the things that you want, then you'll be arrived, you'll be there, you'll be at the end of the road. And as you are learning, that is far from the truth. You may have had things that you thought you wanted only to realize that they weren't fulfilling for you, that you had more to offer and that you had more to experience. So you're definitely opening up to desire in a very critical way for you. This desire has to do with the openness to love, to new experiences of love. I do feel as though this is something you thought you understood from an earlier time in your life. You thought you knew what this looked like for you, and you had very high expectations about what that would be. Unfortunately, they were not unrealistic, but they were not grounded in the reality of how much work it takes to produce something that is eternally giving, that is always generous, that prompts our generosity, that prompts our compassion, empathy, and desire to support others who support us. So this is you opening a door to new versions of relationship, a greater understanding of what it means to build a lasting relationship. Not that relationships have to last to be of value. That isn't what I'm saying. I am saying, however, that all relationships that are built last forever in some way, in some realm. One never loses the love and this exchange of love and support that we exchange with others, no matter how that relationship works out in the material world. But I think you're more open to the experience of love and support and looking at how that is developed. In fact, for some of you, I feel that you are connecting to an individual or a project or opportunity that has, from a diverse cultural perspective than your own. There's an avid desire to learn a different cultural way that is for you opening, expansive, that allows you to look at challenging the way you learned love is supposed to be. And it isn't that this way is better or worse, it's different. You want to learn more about this quality of heart opening, about the gifts of the universe, of joy, of working harmoniously within yourself and with others. And this is something that you're moving very actively towards. You're actually setting this up as you get clear on the exploration of this gift that you are choosing in your life at this time. I hope this has been helpful for you, Leo. If so, please like this video and share it with others if you feel inclined. Subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. Until next time, Leo, namaste.